Or this time at the quick speed shop, I got the C10 here. Oh, wait a minute. What? Oh, the box is off it. Oh, the front end's out of it. Hold on a minute. Oh, half the interior's out of it too. It's a stripping the C10 day today. We're getting this thing ready. Well, I thought I had a plan. Well, you're just gonna have to watch it. It gets worse and worse and worse. So I've been soaking the bumper bolts and some of the bolts. It's missing some bolts down below because this truck was all taken apart when they painted it brown on top of the original medium red. And they didn't put some of the hardware back in. The bottom of the fenders are rusty. The core support's rusty. This was like, I think like an amateur restoration, we'll call it that at best, where they kind of like scuffed it and shot it and mudded it up a little bit and put rockers and cab corners in it, but didn't fix the floors and the cab mounts. I don't know why you wouldn't do that, but whatever. Miscellaneous wrong hardware things, bits and pieces, whatever. So this steel bumper's coming off. It's bent. It's painted. The truck's going to get a chrome bumper. The grille is absolutely fantastic. I don't see any cracks or chips or anything wrong with it. Even the blue bow tie is in pretty nice shape. Obviously the paint is all burned off here around here, but it's in a pretty good shape. There's one little ding in the corner on the other side, but other than that, this is pretty nice shape. I said in the last video, I've never worked on one of these trucks before, so we're figuring out as we go. But the marker lights, I didn't realize they just kind of like screw up into the bumper and the whole housing comes out. What I think is what happens, so that's what it looks like to me if I can get the screw started. Uh-oh, the screw is seized. And now it's stripped. Well, son of a bee sting. How about this one? Also stripped. Great. Well, I guess we can't take those out. I ordered my sheet metal from Raybuck Auto Parts in Pittsburgh. Rocker panels, floorboards, stuff like that. And they have other reproduction parts. I ordered new marker light lenses. These are original. GM of Canada right there on the side of it. I ordered new marker light lenses because these are older and probably a little faded. They're like $11, so I bought new ones. You know, whatever. But they won't come out. I need a new chrome bumper. This one is a painted unit. We're going to put chrome on here. So I've already disconnected the lights in the back. I'm going to take my license plate off so it doesn't get damaged because it's literally brand new. Ta-da! Somebody painted this bumper like silver. I assume it would have been white originally, but they painted it like silver color. There's some bolts here. This bolt goes into a bracket which bolts through the frame. I'm going to pull the bolt out of the frame for this upper mount. This other one bolts straight through the frame, this lower carriage bolt. Then over here is exterior or angled bumper brackets. I think the bolt is actually broke on this one, so I've only got to get it out on the other side. And these are all carriage bolts, and carriage bolts, if the nuts are rusty, you really have a hard time getting them off. And the bumper is bent, so it's probably in there weird. That probably means the bumper mount is bent, at least on that side. It's hit on that side. This side, I don't think, it could be bent up a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to cross that bridge when I get there, but we'll get the bumper off first. She's pretty much wad. Holy cow. Oh wow. That guy said nope. I don't believe it, but I got to. That was pretty exciting. Okay, got one left to go. This guy's already loose. There we go. Is that it? Oh yeah, there we go. Bumper delete. Aha! Now would you look at that now? Boom. There we go. One bent original bumper removed from the truck. But now I'm pretty sure that the whole grill and surround and everything can come out on its own. With some bolt tree, if we're gonna bolt the whole center unit and then bolt it from the fenders, I think the whole thing comes out. So let us prepare for that. Somebody put stainless steel bolts here in the hood mount or hood latch bracket. Oh, so they should come right out. Stainless cap screws. There's miscellaneous stainless on this truck for some reason. Somebody, when they had it all apart, they're like, yeah, this will be all right. Just go here and do this and do that. It's all a game of shapes. Man, Chevy didn't skimp on the hardware and like no longer than necessary. Only got to be that long, it's only going to be that long. Ford, on the other hand, all their bolts are 100 feet long. Chevy's like, nope. Now the hood is no longer going to latch, so I'm going to have to strap it down when I put it outside so the wind don't catch it. And fold it into the roof. But for now, it is what it is. Now, if I take this bolt back out, this should come right off. This grill should come right out of here. It feels like it wants to. Let's see if it's true. Oh, it is true. Aha, look at that. Bam! So here, these holes down here, it was supposed to be bolted to the fender, but it wasn't. Now this assembly, the plastic grill unscrews from the back from the aluminum, and these sheet metal pieces also unscrew from the... oh, they're riveted. No, they don't. They are riveted to the grill. How about that? Well, the center bracket unscrews from the grill, but we'll deal with that later. I'm going to set this aside so it does not get damaged. Put it in here in the non-working zone. You can see down here, it might be hard to tell, but there's filler in this fender. Both fenders been patched. This one, not filler, but it's got pinholes in the outside. The core support is in decent shape behind the headlights and everything. Up here, this radiator is trashed. It's fallen apart. I'm going to get a welded aluminum radiator. It's leaking here. The cores or the fins are starting to come out. It's like one core radiator. It's shot. I'm going to get a new welded aluminum radiator. Like I said, this looks good. The only spot we got rot is, where's my light? Down here on the bottom, you see that? The bottom is rotted. Oh no, right through. It's like double layer, it looks like. So when I get the front end all tore apart, I'll flop that upside down. Might be able to just cut a piece of angle, cut the sheet metal out. Yeah, that's just sheet metal that welds into there. So I'm able to clean that up and just reskin the bottom. Like I said, I don't really want to buy a whole core support. I think the rest of it is good. I need to look where the inner fender is attached, but for the most part, the thing is solid. So if I can get away with just patching it, that'd be better than just buying a new one. Now that the front end's off, let's try to get this box off here. Got a bed liner. It's a pendoliner bed liner. We got a couple of zip screws through the top of the liner holding her on, and hopefully it'll come out pretty easy. I got some oh, there's some screws. I think it's got like cam lock deals on here. I don't know why it also had zip screws there, but some of these cam locks are already loose by quite a bit. Yeah. Oops. That went all the way. Oh, there we go. I guess those things don't lock into it after all. They're supposed to, but they don't. Is this one loose? Well, none of them grabbed, so that's good. What happened to that one screw? That's why I had the zip screws through it, because the guys that were supposed to be holding it weren't. So I think if I lift up in the center, come on now. Oop. Stupid things are. Why does it smell like? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. There are monster mouse nests under the front of the bedliner. Monster mouse nests. So what we're gonna do the right thing. We're gonna fire the truck up and pull out of the shop, out into the yard, and take the bedliner out in the yard. All right, allow me to attempt this again. Oh, there's a mouse nest right here. 2, great. What's the best way? It's like a 2-person job here. There we go. Gotta get the stupid thing from re-locking in. Holy shamoly, wait till you see this. Ooh, it's nasty. You kidding me? That's gross. That's gross. Oh, here's where the bathroom is. That's funny. They didn't poop in the house. They saved it all for in the corner here. Smart thinking. And that's the one screw I was looking for right there. That's gross. You know what? Let's take advantage of our floor hole here. Oh, there we go. Oops, I just lost that screw I needed. Awesome. I had hopes and dreams of selling this box. They're quickly being dashed. I can say both box sides have been replaced with the box sides off another truck. Oh, I know what it is. This is body filler. They mudded up. So both these box sides have been changed, and they just mudded over the holes. Looks like they riveted them on and just mudded over the holes. So that's great. So now we got a box that is mostly junk that I probably can't sell because it's freaking garbage. The skins are okay. Maybe I could just unbolt the sides, or actually drill the rivets out from the skins that are on the outside of here and sell that. Or maybe I put the bedliner back in it and I pretend I didn't see any of this, and I take it off and I paint it with a brush. Now I'm just spitballing here. What if this thing's worthless now because it's rotted out and mixed matched and damaged and garbage? So hear me out. What if I just paint the box sides with a brush? Maybe we build a down and dirty trailer frame and take an old axle and turn this into a C10 trailer and haul it around behind this truck. Or use it for just a trailer truck, or a C10 trailer, or make it into a C10 trailer, then sell it as a C10 trailer for a couple $100 and recoup our money that way. I got back in the shop here, the truck. Man, this thing is rotten. It's flexy there and there. It's not bad with the bed liner in it. You'd be surprised how much a plastic bed liner can stiffen up your rotted box. But man, it smells like mice over here. That was where that huge nest was. It was nasty. So it looks like we got 4 carriage bolts up here in the front, and then we got 4 in the back. And they look like they're fairly new, obviously, when somebody put this box on. I don't know what was going on. Obviously, they had riveted on the outer panel in the back. All these holes where they mudded up, here is where they mudded up over where they drilled out spot welds. Both these skins are just riveted on. So like I was saying out there, I don't know if I should just pull these off. This one would have had trim down here, but not up here. I mean, they're pretty straight. There's a couple of dings in them. There's not any rust through that I can find. They're also riveted here. I don't know, what must be a dent here. There's a few little dings in them, and they're surface rust and they're pitted. New box sides for long boxes are $750, I think, something like that. So could I find somebody to give me $50 for a crappy box side that's not rotted out? I guess. I've seen people with stupid money, like an inner and outer, you know, because these unbolt, actually. These unbolt all along here, can unbolt the box and take it all apart. I've seen people want these that are rotted out on the bottom. They want like $500 for a pair of them, which is insane because the boxes aren't worth that much. So that one being over there, being a 67, might be worth something to take off. But I could also, like I said, just turn this into a trailer or just set it on the ground and use it for storage. I don't know. It's, you know, these will come off here fairly easily. Once I get the box off, I could just strip the skins off. Actually, if I did that, I could still use the box for storage if I just had the inner walls. You know, I don't really even need the bed sides because they're doubled up anyways, so it would just be the outer one. This one you can see all the rivets. Could just drill them out. There. Drill them out and they would come off. I mean, like I said, the 67 box side. It would need a little straightening out. It's not bad. It's not like it's caved in. Just got a couple little waves in it. Then I drag them around to like 18 different swap meets. They're long and take up a lot of space. That means I have to take something big, drag them around. Am I going to sell them? Do I put them on Marketplace? I've never, you know, who knows? Right, I got all the carriage bolts out. They came out real easy because they're not that old. Just put a little spray spooge on there and ran them off with a ratcheting wrench. I cut the wires. The wiring harness was an absolute rat's nest of nonsense, so I cut the wires. I left some pigtails sticking out so I can wire this back up if I do want to make a trailer out of it. I think what we're going to do now is, let's grab onto it first. Let's see. Oh yeah, there we go. The best part about the Chevy truck with the gas tank in the cab is the truck will be completely functional without, actually, well, it wouldn't be in the bed, but without the bed I can take it off and still have it be functional. So let's see how, oh yeah. I kind of want to like get some blocks of wood, maybe. If I get some 4x4s and set on top of this bumper, get the thing kind of up in the air. I can probably use the cherry picker and just pick it. Get it outside and pick it off, or my tractor maybe with a bucket. Just pick it. But if I could get it like walking up in the air a little bit. Here we got this awesome bumper to work with that I think I can almost. Maybe I'll use this fantastical floor jack as well. Do a little lifting action here. Something like that. Now, go like this. Come on. Why? There we go. Easy. Am I stuffing it into the back of the cab? A little bit. Careful. Yeah, that's not looking too bad. This side I can just lift up by hand. She's all over the place now. I just want to get it up in the air a little bit and get some lumber under it. This would be a lot easier with 2 people, but fortunately we've only got one. Aha, look at that. Bam. What we got? Bring it over here and see. You see this here? The cab. Freaking 3 bolts rubbed right into the back of the cab, right through the filler. So there is a, I wonder if that was hit. No, it's not hit, but see the seam here? They flanged the sheet metal and used that to weld in the cab corner. Then they overlapped it over there. Not the best job. There you can see some inner structure. We're missing the corner of the floor here that would tie back into that, but I think I have that piece coming. I ordered that piece. So there's a big hole there into the truck right now. But this is what it is. So they've probably, I don't know if there's filler there, but there's definitely filler there. You can see how thick that is. So whatever. I know down here, oh, can we see? Yeah, right over there, see by the frame, they overlapped the cab corner. It didn't fit the best and just kind of mudded it up on there. I'll probably have to address that because you'll probably see it with the step side. You'll see it more. I didn't order cab corners though because I didn't want to redo them. Because these aren't rotted and they're welded in there halfway decent, but the gaps are a little goofy here and it is starting to bubble on that seam, so I'm going to have to grind some of the filler back out and redo the filler, but not overly concerned with it. Yeah, here, see this gap gets real tight there and then it opens back up. They put the cab corner in. The cab corner must have been too big and they just kind of cheated it, so we might have to slice this with a cut-off wheel, knock this edge back, and then re-weld it to get the gap to fit better. Okay, it's the next day, evening, and I'm using my patented use the cherry picker to pull the box technique, and it's working pretty good. I've got a chain bolted across the inner, whoa, it's free swinging right now, almost tipped over. I've got a chain bolted across the center stake pockets. If you're going to do this at home, you're going to need a big washer, a couple big washers, because it does tend to bend the metal on those things a little bit. I don't care because this box is junk. What's on me? Something like it's bending this just a little bit because these stake pockets are pretty flimsy. But I've just got it resting on the tailgate, which is all, paint is all goofy on the tailgate, so I'm not even worried about that. I'm just going to pick her here a little bit. What I do is pick this guy up tall enough to get over the tires. I'm going to back up a little bit to get away from the back window. Just like that. You got to be close to getting over the tires. We're almost close enough on this side. This side we got to go just a little bit more. This is a patented method that works gangbusters. I think that's about going to get it right there. Now just roll the cherry picker backwards. Okay, I can only go down so far because it's going to hit the jack on the tailgate. But we'll just leave her like that for right now. I mean, it's just that easy. Oh, what do we got here? Well, what do we got here? We got ourselves a little chassis. We got some muffler wire that was holding the exhaust system. They went and tried to paint the frame without doing any kind of prep work, so the paint is just peeling off. But at least that had been attempted to get painted on, so it's not super scaly back here. But like I said earlier, I'm going to take this truck all apart and get the frame sandblasted. Oh my goodness, look at how scaly the rear brake line is. This thing is like, and it's got a compression fitting repair. That's a no-no. But this thing is one step away from falling apart. Let's see how the... Oh boy, that's wore out. The carrier bearing is shot. U-joints are gone. Bushings are all kind of cracked in the trailing arms. So luckily in the mail, I just got my frames shortening jig here from Western Chassis. I bought it. A company called Brothers has one, and I don't know if they started or whatever. Theirs is about $450. I bought one on Western Chassis from westernchassis.com, and theirs was $3 1/4 plus $50 shipping, so like $375. So it's the same. I haven't opened it yet, but it should be the same deal, whether you get a bracket that bolts on and gives you all the spots to cut and all that, and you get a piece to weld in the frame and bolt in the frame when you're done. But I'm not going to do that. We're going to get the frame sandblasted and epoxy primered first, and then I'll cut with the new clean steel and be able to overlay on new epoxy coated steel. So we're not going to do that right now, but essentially it shortens the frame under the cab. You get rid of this mount, it takes the trailing arm and all that stuff and pushes it underneath the cab just like a factory short box. This becomes a front bed mount. You got to move the rear cab mounts ahead and all that stuff. So there's a bunch that's got to go on. But this rear suspension is hammered on this truck. They've got the coil spring spacers in here. You can see the coils are all like miscellaneous, mixed matched. It sat really crooked on the back side. This one's all collapsed. That one's a little less collapsed, but the rear springs are shot. So the new lowering kit will have new springs and a new track bar and new shocks, which will be 4 inches lower springs to drop the back of the truck. And it will be, this is the track bar here that bolts onto the 12 bolt through this eyelet. and you get an adjustable one so you can center the rear end up when you lower it. Because if you just lowered this rear end 4 inches now, it would, let's see what it would do. It would pick the rear end up into the frame, which would probably make it closer, which would push it. It would push it off center, so you need the adjustable one. But here is our frame. Ooh, look how flexible the frame is. Oh, look at the lower shock mount. That was doing a lot right there. All wore out. This truck is was like amateurly put together at best. That side's a little tight. This side is all. That spring is shot. Oh yeah, here's where I was talking about the filler on the back of the cab. You can see where the box was rubbing. The bolts from the box are rubbing. It rubbed through the filler. There's the original red paint. And then filler, so I don't know if why they did that. They must have just done it to blend into the cab. Why is there a rot hole in our new cab corner? Oh no. Oh no. Oh. You can see here the seam, that's just mudded on there. They didn't do a real good job of putting the cab corners on. That's got rot holes right through it already. Oh no, the back of the cab has got rot holes up. Look at that, right there. They mudded over rust. That one's bent on that side. This one is also bent and mudded up. Filler in there. I might end up buying new cab corners. I didn't order any, but since that one's rotted through, like, and they're poorly installed, I might end up have to grind the filler out of it. Probably end up putting cab corners in it too, while we're putting the rocker panels on it. So I think that's it for now. We got the old C10 disassembled as far as I want to go for right now until I get my sheet metal parts in, and then I gotta work on a couple other projects here and there, but once we get ready to blow it apart the whole way, everything will come off. The cab will come off, the motor and tranny come out, strip down the frame, send it out to get blasted probably in another month or so, get primed, epoxy primer, and then we can have a good chassis to build off of, shorten it up, get the new suspension on, get it all done, clean the engine up, probably repaint that. I think it needs an oil pan, it looks kind of scaly. But, dress the engine up, paint the chassis, put all the new suspension on it, drop all that back in, get the rolling chassis all going, run new brake lines, fuel lines, stuff like that, get all that dialed in, and then in the meantime I'll have the cab off on a dolly and work on that. Actually, the rear cab mounts aren't junk in this right now. I thought they were all 4 of them were rotted, but they're not, so I'll probably pull the front clip off, pull the engine out, do the front cab mounts while the cab is on the frame to make sure they get tied in correctly, and then do the rest of it there. But for now, she's still able to move around, which is a bonus for me because a lot of things going on in the driveway right now. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Blew our C10 right apart. More to come. Don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. Really appreciate it. It helps out a lot. We'll see you next time. I need money. I got to buy a lot of parts. You see, it gets worse and worse and worse. I got to buy more parts now. So any little bit helps. Go ahead and watch the ads and stuff. Appreciate it. We'll see you again next time. Bam, here at the Quick Speed Shop.